Hey Bulls, happy Sunday, Bulls. How we doing? I hope everybody's well. As usual, it is the Sherpa here, the stock Sherpa, the Sunday game plan Sherpa, the short Sherpa. Basically talking to you about the markets as usual. Thank you for being here. Don't forget that I do have the Substack. This is my full-time gig. Um, Before I do any self-promotion, I want to just get straight to the game plan here. So Sunday game plan, here's what the deal is. Remember, the sherpa.substack.com. You get all my trades. I can help you with your 401ks. You get commentary. I am a professional. I've got 15 years of experience, and this is my passion, my hobby, and I'm going to turn this into, now it's my full-time endeavor. We're going to get everybody rich. We're going to do this the right way, unlike the brokerage and the brokers that I left. So here we are. Let's go to the stream. So remember, hopefully this looks good for you guys. We've got the game plan here. This is at the sherpa.substack.com. 200 bucks a month, 200 bucks a year, 20 bucks a month. That means if you're okay at math, that's 2 months free when you pay for the whole thing. I am bearish on the market. I am super bearish right now on the stock market as well as crypto. Bullish on commodity stocks, though. I got a great trade for you on commodity stocks. Make this trade, use the money to buy my Substack for a year, and then we all get rich going forward. TLT short. This is the trade I'm loading up on. I'm putting everything on it. I've killed that Coinbase trade a couple of weeks back, made several dozen G's, and now we're going to put that money into just the easiest trade, maybe in my trading career, maybe in history, who knows. So good evening, good afternoon, happy Sunday, Bulls. A lot of bad, very little good. The Treasury short trade is still intact. Commodity stocks and energy stocks will remain a haven for excess returns this week. And also, I'm going to put a heavy short on Marathon Patent Group. But let's analyze this first. So, in the Wall Street Journal, we see some statistics here about the S&P joining bear territory. We got Ho Hum Joe and some of the other politicians out there. We got the Ukraine new phase of the war. Fun fact, I don't know if you saw this, but fertilizer prices as a commodity are the highest they've ever been because we get them from Russia. And all the embargoes on Russia are hitting us in the wallet right on top of all of the inflationary woes and everything else that we have going on right now. So that's one thing to be bearish on, right? More bear market news, right? Like my friends, my family members, the people that I know that don't even know anything about economics or trading know we're going into a bear market. They hear the word inflation. Just like COVID, everybody's an expert, but just like COVID, it's a disruption. This is going to screw things up for a long, long time. So it's foolish to be bullish. And we just have to find the right things to be bullish on, like shorting puts, using puts to short and shorting the price of bonds, which is the TLT trade, and then buying commodities, because as the dollar drops, the price of the commodity goes up in relation to other currencies or a standard unit of an item, and therefore you get the gain in price, and there's a leveraging effect inside of it. So buy the dip, sell the rip. I'm selling the rip. This year, cool little tweet here. Apple is down 22%, Microsoft 24, Google 24, Amazon 35. When Amazon I would say that Amazon's forecast is more important than anything the government puts out. CPI, housing starts, producer price index, any of those things. I mean, look, Amazon's job is to make money by selling things to consumers that have liquid cash. And when they think that when they think that their revenues are going to drop, that means that the economy is doing shitty. That's easy enough, right? So Facebook, Johnson & Johnson's up. What is that called? A rotation of value. What does it also do? It pays a 3.5% dividend. Visa, financials are leading the way out of this. Nvidia, the big winner from a couple of years ago and last year and the last 10 years, basically, is in the dumps. It'll be a buy someday. It's just not a buy now. So hang tight, Bulls. Good, bad, good, or good, more good or more bad. If you're expecting something, what would it be? It would be that the market's going to continue to go down in relation to cash or other asset classes. And let me help you here. The Fed says it will not hesitate to keep raising rates until inflation comes down. So just like Buffett in the 80s, history may not always repeat itself, but it does rhyme, Bulls. So the TLT puts are the best trade in the world. I can't believe I'm not famous for quoting this or saying this or bringing this up. And I don't look at haters on the internet, and I don't really consider myself to have any other competitors. But if no one else is making this trade, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, because look, what happens to the price of bonds when rates go up? Who's the most powerful person in the world? Jerome Powell. more powerful than any president, more powerful than any military. He will not hesitate to raise rates unless inflation comes down. And what do we know? Inflation is going up. Just go to the grocery store. And what do we know? Amazon is cutting its revenue expectations. What does that mean? That means that inflation is going up because the dollar buys you less, right? So there's simply one mega trade. The price of bonds goes down when rates go up. We all but know that for sure certain rates are going to go up as sure as the sun's going to come up tomorrow. And what do you do when you think a price of an asset is going to go down? Because when bonds go up, the price of the bonds go down, the rate correlation, that is. So you buy puts. I'm considering putting the whole enchilada in these next 2 or 3 months worth of puts. And as we catch these little upswings here, which happens because the market sells off, because it does not like rates going up, these little temper tantrums right here are giving us time to either buy calls and make money on the way up, which we've already done, but then somewhere around here buy puts. And you tell me what this chart is telling you. Do you think that rates will be higher or lower in 1 month from now? If you think they'll be lower, just like everybody is saying, and just like I am telling you, then you should just buy puts and don't even fuck with anything else. Any puts from 1 month to 6 months should be cashers if we watch them. We can even make money on the calls as the upside if the market gets upset like it does here. So what happens? Market's looking good. Things are looking good. Our economy needs to be slowed down because it's growing too fast. So we're going to raise rates. Market does not like that. So as a safe haven, people put their money in bonds. They do what's called a flight to quality. And then things start looking good again and we get a pullback and the market is now going up. Not a pullback, we get a bounce rather. And when the market is going up, the price of these bonds is going down. And then the same thing here. So if this is as sure thing that there's ever been, so what I did here is I got the June 17th. So that's about a little less than 3 weeks, 27 days from now, 26 days from now. I like the 18s. I'm already on these 18s. I'm going to put probably, a pretty hefty amount now into these Julys. I hope like hell that that rates actually go down so I can get a better entry point on buying these. But I have no fear whatsoever on these. And then maybe the ripest thing here is these August 19. So we have 89 days. I'll probably buy and sell these 3 or 4 times over the next 3 months, and then flip it to the call once we get our 30 or 40 or 50 or even 100 or 200% returns that I think are coming out of this. So get with it. I know you know that crypto's pulling back up because rates are and yields are now dropping because it seems as though there's a bit of a reset, a bit of a rebound. Bitcoin and Ethereum will go back down. And when they do, I'm going to be short on Mara. If you look at this chart here, it tells you everything's bullish, right? But this chart is, what does this chart look similar to? You tell me. So look at this chart. You tell me. Come at me here. So we're going to go back up. Looks a lot like the price of bonds, doesn't it? You're fucking welcome. Go subscribe to the Substack, thesherpa.substack.com here on a Sunday. Pay me for what this is worth, guys. I know a lot of you guys are on the free version of this, and I appreciate it, and I love you. I don't get a ton of shares. I don't get a ton of comments. I don't get a ton of likes. I can't understand why, other than I'm not asking you enough. Sign up for the paid Substack. Let's be, let's not be cheap here. And then my favorite, another favorite trade. This comes from one of my OG bulls named Logan. This guy actually texts. This guy actually wants the help. This guy actually gets the help. He actually doesn't even need the help. He may be one of the best technicians I know. This is FCX. Remember, FCX is Freeport McMoran. They are a mining company. They are a commodity company. And FCX right now, if you look at this chart and if you look at the fundamentals from a MACD perspective, from a bullish divergence perspective, FCX is going to jump off the screen. And I'm cool with you guys just buying it, just buying it, just buying it. You can also put calls on it. You can also make a arbitrage spread with interest rate plays. There's all things you can do. Go sign up for the Substack and you can text me and I'll even build this out with you on a Zoom call. Come on, baby. AFG, LFG, LGR, let's get rich. And then, by the way, remember, don't forget that the serpa.substack.com is here. If you're a paid subscriber, you get my cell phone for texts and calls anytime. You can review your strategy anytime. I'm a 401k expert. I worked for the largest 401k company in the world for over 13 years. And I was the best one there. And even my old colleagues would tell you that because they're probably watching this shit, but they're probably doing it on the free version. I had my bull sell out completely 15% ago in the NASDAQ, in the NASI. So if you own Fidelity, Blue Chip Growth, or the Contra Fund, or any of those, you could have saved yourself, I don't know, on $1 million. What's that? 150 grand for paying me $20 a month. Get with it. Join the paid Substack, get all the commentary, all the trades, all the professional help from a professional trader. And as always, remember to AFG, LFG, LGR, let's get rich.